following a home loss, a successful road trip for the Chapman Panthers, a win at Whitworth, and a victory in Claremont. Now, they're coming home, just in time for homecoming. They face the winless Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens next. And as we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, I'm Kent Paisley. Alongside me, Gardner Royce. And Gardner, the Panthers have had some great success on homecoming since joining the SCIAC.
Yeah, they have, Kent. Since joining the SCIAC in 2012, they have gone 3-0. They've averaged 56 points per game. Last season, if you remember correctly, they scored 72 points in that homecoming victory, which is a score you'd most likely see in a basketball game, not in a football game. So another beautiful night, another chance to see this Chapman football team.
And a big part of that offensive production for the Panthers is running back Jeremiah McKibbins, a junior who tore his ACL in training camp last season. He's worked his tail off to get back in game shape in the rehab room, and he's been rounding into game shape as the season has progressed. He put up 137 yards on the ground last game. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year, and Gardner really looking to see him be a big part of the Chapman offense tonight. When we come back, we will have the game here on the Chapman Broadcast Network and Gardner's 3 keys to tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ernie Chapman Stadium. I'm Ken Paisley. Alongside me, Gardner Royce here for this homecoming football game on the Chapman Broadcast Network. Gardner, what are your 3 keys to tonight's game?
Yeah, thanks, Kent. A beautiful sold-out night here at Ernie Chapman Stadium. And for the Chapman football team, if they want to get away with a win, it's going to start with their rushing attack. They have the best rushing attack in the SCIAC Conference, averaging 253 yards on the ground in 3 games. If they expect to get that going, they're going to want to focus on their offensive line to get that rushing game going. If they can do that, they'll really be able to dictate the flow of the game. They can milk the clock. They can control the tempo. Going off of that, historically, Chapman has had Pomona's number. They're 10-1 all-time against them, and since 2006, they are 8-0 against Pomona. Pomona also winless this season, and they've lost 6 straight dating to last year. Now, going off of that rushing game, a huge part of that is the offensive line. It's a group of guys that has worked tirelessly all season, protecting quarterback Michael Leahy, getting Jeremiah McKibbins and Keen Stansel those looks, opening holes. And so I started the keys of the game with that rushing attack, but that's only if that offensive line can protect Michael Leahy.
You know, Gardner, that offensive line for the Panthers, juniors and seniors across the board in the front 7 for the Sagehens. 2 seniors, the rest underclassmen. You got to imagine that experience is going to factor in to tonight's contest. And Gardner, with homecoming, with all these festivities, have you been able to attend any?
I have, actually. Today, it's always a good time. The last 3 years, I ran in the Chapman 5K. Wasn't able to today. However, I was involved with the chili cook-off. There was a family brunch stuff. We'll get to that later on. We have some more coverage on that. But it's always an exciting time, especially with the Chapman football team doing better. Another sold-out crowd. Last year, they broke the attendance record. They're hoping to do that again. So yeah, Ken, another great weekend. And I know this fans, they're all excited to see this football team get going.
Now taking a look down at the field. Not too much going on yet, but the game is about 10 minutes and 25 seconds away. So we'll take a break here. We'll come back in about 10 minutes for this contest for Homecoming 2014 on the Chapman Broadcast Network.
as the California State University Fullerton ROTC Color Guard presents tonight's colors prior to the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Chapman University sophomore Molly Casey. Thank you, Molly. And we ask that you please remain standing while the California State University Fullerton ROTC Color Guard concludes its presentation. And Chapman University would like to thank these young men and women for their training and service to our nation. Captains for both teams will meet at midfield for the coin toss ceremony. Fans, we have 3 very special guests with us tonight for our coin toss. First, he's been a part of the Chapman football program for 3 years, and he's often seen at practice. How about a round of applause for Davis Amari? And in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, please help us welcome a breast cancer survivor and economics professor.
Currently, the Panthers are at midfield for the coin toss with their honorary captains. First is Ben Teach, a 4-year-old who's been battling leukemia his entire life but has been cancer-free for the last 10 days. A great success story. He was the inspiration for Chapman football's Be the Match Marrow Drive, and that led to 350 more new national donors in the national registry. So great job for the Panthers on that. And the second honorary captain is Dr. Lynn Doty. She's been teaching at Chapman since 1971 and is a breast cancer survivor. So congratulations to Dr. Lynn Doty for surviving that and being a great inspiration to those on campus. And as you can see, the head official is showing both teams' captains the coin and preparing to flip it. He's allowing honorary captain Dr. Doty to flip it. And looks like the toss wasn't good enough, so we're going to go ahead and redo that one. Never mind. It was clearly good enough. Pomona-Pitzer electing to receive. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with some game action here in just over a minute here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wilson Field here for tonight's homecoming football game. I'm Ken Paisley alongside Garner Royce as we are set for the opening kick. Chapman will have freshman kicker Lucas Alfonso. He is set for the kick and we are underway. And the ball goes into the end zone and the Sagehens will take a touch back.
This will be a great chance to see Chapman's defense led by Greg Johnson, senior linebacker, named to the preseason All-American first team. An exciting player. I've spoken with him a lot this season. Definitely a leader on that defensive squad.
Sagehens lining up with quarterback Alex Bressler, the sophomore in the shotgun formation. He sets, and the handoff on the sweep play goes to Pietrzykowski. He breaks a tackle. He's got a first down. Nice 13-yard run right there to start off the Sagehen drive.
Not exactly how the Chapman wanted to open up their homecoming game.
So the Sagehens with the ball here early on in the first quarter at their own 32. Again, lined up in the shotgun formation. And the handoff goes outside. Nice stop by the Panther front right there, knocking him down at the 40-yard line.
That was something that they talked about all week leading up to this game, despite the fact that Chapman has had considerable success. You know, we talked about 8 straight wins. That Pomona offensive line is a very serious threat. Their running game is something that a lot of the defenders talked about coming into this game.
The Sagehens looking to establish the ground game early. Tailback behind him, handing off again. That one goes to Breer. He breaks a tackle. He's on the outside, gets across the midfield. Marked down at the Panther 49. And another Sagehen first down. Gardner, the Sagehens are getting what they want on the ground right now.
It's that offensive line opening up holes, preventing Chapman from penetrating into the back, and then, as you saw there, making some yards after the tackle. That was good, though, by Senior to come chase the tackle down after he had gotten hit.
Quarterback lined up behind center. Panthers putting 7 in the box. Fakes the handoff, play action fake, rolling out to his right. The pass is complete to Pietrzykowski. Sagehens getting a 8-yard gain on the completed pass. Nice grab right there on the outside.
See, once again, Panthers unable to penetrate. They did get to the quarterback this time. It was a little bit too late. He got the ball out, and like you say.
And while the offense was running perfectly, there was a holding flag on the play, so.
Maybe that's the reason that they weren't able to get penetration.
We'll send the Sagehens 10 yards back, and we'll also send it down to our sideline reporter, Kelly Moody.
That's right, guys. I'm going to be here on the field all night, and while my goal is not to get hit, it's these guys' goal to win the homecoming game. As you can see, these stands are completely full, and I got to sit down with Michael Leahy a little bit earlier today, and he told me that the team is really excited, totally stoked to see all of our friends, family, alumni, all the Chapman Panthers here to support our team. I also got to talk to Coach Bob Owens, who shared that the main focus of practices has been to focus on consistency and also limit the amount of mistakes that could be made during a game. We know that Chapman's definitely favored, but you can never be too sure. I'm going to be down here talking new Panthers, old Panthers, and everyone in between, but for right now, it's back to you guys.
Thanks, Kelly. Looking forward to hearing from you throughout tonight's contest. That was an incomplete pass right there to Pietrzykowski. Dropped a wide open look right there. He's going to regret that one. Bressler in the shotgun. Again, setting up for the sweep play, and he fakes that one, holds on to it himself. Nice run right there, almost to the 50-yard line. Setting up a still very long third down, but much more manageable than 3rd and 20, Gardy.
Absolutely. And you talked about execution, dropping that open pass. That was actually something that the Panthers were really talking about leading up to this game. Last week, they were up 30-9. And unfortunately,
taking a quick look at that replay on that strong run right there by Bressler, showing that option read play off the sweep. Good ingenuity so far from head coach Roger Carrin's offense. Bressler drops back. The pass is complete to the outside. Nice pass to junior Brett Harper. That's complete. We're going to have to take a look at the spot for the first down mark. And the officials mark it as 4th down, 4th and inches for the Sagehens. Is the coach going to send out the punt unit?
Bressler targeting junior Drew DeMarco on the Panthers. DeMarco giving his receiver a little bit too much space. That's another time where he's gotten the ball into a tight spot.
And Gardner, they have 8 seconds left on the play clock right now. I expect a timeout to be burned trying to get this punt off, but I still disagree with going with the punt. And they get it off in time. Punt goes to the outside. Line drive kick, and great recovery by the Sagehens, marking it down at the 1 yard line. Panthers able to get a defensive stand, but pinned back in their own territory, Gardner. Definitely not where they imagined starting the first drive of the game.
Absolutely not. And Pomona looked like they were really clicking there. Chapman's defense really unable to stop them. If it wasn't for that holding penalty, Pomona might still have the ball. However, they were able to get this stop on 3rd down, and now we will see this potent offense that once again leads the SCIAC in rush yards per game. We'll see what they can do.
You got to imagine a couple runs right here, Gardner being so pinned to the goal line. Senior quarterback Michael Leahy in the shotgun. Hands the ball off to Jeremiah McKibbins, who busts up the middle for a quality 5-yard run right there, getting the Panthers out of their own goal line. Again, Leahy lining up in the shotgun. Hands it off again to McKibbins. McKibbins pushing up the middle, moving the pile, staying on his feet. That's your main goal as a runner, and he may have gotten to the first down marker. Great run right there by McKibbins. And Gardner, he is one of our players to watch tonight.
Absolutely, Kent. Like we've been saying all night, Jeremiah McKibbins, one of the offensive players to watch, obviously alongside Michael Leahy and Sean Myers. But McKibbins, if they can get him going, expect them to give it to him often. 18 attempts last week.
Handoff goes to McKibbins again. Nice cut back to the inside. But still, Sagehens read that play well, had it blown up pretty early. Good effort to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
So good to see him moving around. Earlier in the season, I talked with him before the first game. He didn't seem like he felt he was 100%, but he said he was starting to understand his body better, taking better care of it.
Leahy with a nice read right there, seeing that the outside defender was ready to jump. Rotating McKibbins to the other side. He's set. And the snap. Drops back. Screen pass to McKibbins on the outside. That gets to the 26, but we're going to have to wait and see what the result of the penalty flag is. Second penalty flag of the night in 6 minutes.
Holding. Offense, number 73. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 2nd down.
That's a killer, Kent. Like I said earlier, they talked about executing their game plan, not making those small mental errors that allow teams to come back in it. If there was anything that they all talked about, it was that once they got the teams on the ropes, they need to keep playing good football and close it out. I was talking about last week when they were up 30-9, looked like they were going to run away with it, and then they allowed them to score 2 late touchdowns. Obviously, Chapman comes away with the victory, but little things is what they talked about.
Right here with 2nd and 15. Panthers just trying to get out of their end of the field. Leahy, plenty of time to throw here. Fakes the run. Another penalty flag. He is dragged out of bounds at his own 12. Back-to-back penalty flags.
And if that's another holding, that's just going to move them right back into where they started, right in their own goal line.
Looks
Holding on the offense, number 73. The penalty's refused. 3rd down.
They declined the penalty. A 5-yard gain. Interesting decision there, Gardy, to decline the penalty. Usually you'd want to try and force the Panthers further back, put them to the 3, maybe get a sack for a safety. Leahy lined in the shotgun. McKibbins to his right. 4 wide receiver set. Drops back. Over the middle, wide open, and the catch by Jimerson. Great read by Leahy. Jimerson, great catch, and continuing on the run right there, Gardner.
Absolute beautiful play. He was wide open, running down the middle, just split those defenders, caught the ball, getting them out of a really bad situation, backed up into their own goal line.
27-yard pass completion right there from Leahy to Jimerson. Set up in the shotgun again. 4 wide receivers set. Handoff goes to McKibbins, who runs up the middle for a yard. Nice tackle right there by linebacker Brian Rozzi, sophomore. Panthers in their no-huddle offense, looking back to head coach Bob Owens and his staff for the play. Leahy sets in the shotgun. Handoff goes up to Chappell. Chappell busts to the outside. He's at the 40. Nice stiff arm to get to the 35. Great run right there, Gardy.
Once again, we keep talking about it. Chapman's run game is their bread and butter. It's what allows them to set up the pass, what allows them to set up their play action, their rollouts. Sometimes it's McKibbin, sometimes it's Chappell, sometimes it's Stansel, but that offensive line puts them in some really great situations.
Panthers did a 25-yard run right there by Cody Chappell. Leahy in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers out to his right. And he rolls out to his right as well. Pass goes to, that is Myers with the grab.
We're going to see a lot of those rollouts, those play action plays. It tests your offensive line because they always have to be pulling, they have to be running. You can get tired, but they said, Coach Owens always likes to say they don't have a single fat lineman. They condition them really hard so that those play action, those rollouts work. And Leahy's great at throwing on the run.
Leahy was pressured by Nick Urban right there. Great throw to get off before he was sacked in the backfield, leading to the Panther first down at their own 22. Couple of yards away from their first red zone entrance of the game with just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Leahy takes the snap. Handoff goes to Chappell up the middle. Quality run right there, Gardner. A little 4-yard gain.
Absolutely. The drive started a little bit shaky with a few penalties. Now they're clicking. Expect that offense to just keep handing the ball off to their running game. And then, like you've seen, it sets up that passing attack as well.
Gardner, Panthers are able to overcome their own holding penalty and continue their own drive. Sagehens unable to do so. Storyline of the game right now. Chappell again taking a handoff, getting to the 11-yard line. Panther runners are having no time or no issue getting hit, getting contact, and continuing to stay on their feet and moving forward. That's another Panther
rushing
first
attack.
down.
Keep moving the chains.
It's a good recipe for success. Gardner, Leahy in the shotgun. Handoff again to Chappell, going up the middle again and again, gaining positive yardage on the play. That gets to the Panthers 6. 1st and 5, but 6 yards to the goal line here at Gardner. Gotta love how the Panthers are moving the ball on the ground.
And it's what they've been doing all season long. A little uncharacteristic at the beginning with that penalty, but they're back into their rhythm.
Leahy send the shotgun. He's gonna keep this one. He's gonna run all the way in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers!
We're gonna be talking about it all night long. That offensive line has been great this season. Jeremiah McKibbins told me that was the hardest working group of guys on the field. As you can see, sets up Michael Leahy for the quarterback keep. He runs in virtually untouched into the end zone. Chapman on the board first, 6-0.
And during this extra point, we have a sideline interview with Kelly Moody. Kelly?
A Giants one.
I am here with Crystal Nungary, and she is one of our favorite alumni. Crystal, why is homecoming so important to you?
Homecoming is the best. Chapman is incredible. It's got this great Chapman family feel. If you've been on campus for the last 5 years, 50 years, the second you come back, it's an instant family feel with the professors, the faculty. It's the best.
Now, Crystal, you now work as an associate producer with the NFL Network. How do you think your Chapman experience contributed to that?
The Chapman experience definitely laid down my foundation. Hats off to my professors, the television broadcast and journalism program. It was through those fundamentals and steps that I was able to get the internship, get the job at the NFL Network, and now produce the morning show, NFL All Morning.
And what advice do you have for future students and current students here at Chapman?
Chase your dreams, get to know your faculty. They are the best stepping stones to getting from the college to your career, and the resources at Chapman are really endless. So reach out to your alumni, keep going, and Chapman's got a great alumni family, so make us proud.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Back to you, Kenton Gardy.
And the Sagehens take the kickoff, return it just short of their 20. Gardner, we missed the blocked extra point right there by the Sagehens, but break down the drive for us.
Yeah, so like we said earlier on, they struggled a little bit. They had that holding penalty. They had 2 holding penalties. One was declined. Cody Chappell, 4 rushes for 41 yards. He broke that big run to set them up. But it was Blair Jimerson's reception for 27 yards that really got them out of their own end zone and allowed them to get going for that touchdown run.
Pomona-Pitzer, whose drive stalled from a holding penalty last time they had the ball, set to take the ball again, and the hike goes past the quarterback. He recovers the ball. He's down at the 1. Nice save right there by Bressler to get the ball before it went in the end zone. But what a lucky break for the Panthers, Gardner.
Lucky break for the Panthers, but once again, these mental errors for Pomona. That's what the Panthers have been talking about all week, trying to avoid these errors, play crisp football, because completely misses the snap. Now they're on, like the Panthers were, in the shadow of their own end zone.
Now with 2nd and 28, a lot of pressure on the Sagehen front to hold off the Panther defensive line from getting to Bressler. Bressler sets, handoff, goes to Breer, who's able to gain a couple yards. Gets to the 4-yard line, making it 3rd and 26 here. Panthers leading 6-0 with 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. And you gotta love the momentum, Gardner. It's been built up ever since the Sagehens didn't go for that 4th down, really. That punt, they had a great return. Panthers able to get out of their own zone, drive wonderfully, and the Sagehens are still reeling.
Absolutely, and this Chapman defense prides itself on being aggressive, on being fast. Greg Johnson said they're one of the smallest defensive units in the SCIAC, but they rely on that aggressive play.
Bressler in the shotgun again, steps back, quick out route, and the pass is completed to Harper. Make that a 6-yard gain to make it 4th and 20. And out comes the punt units for both teams.
The defense did exactly what they needed to on that play. Don't give up a big pass. Don't let them get the first down. They got a 6-yard catch, not enough, and they'll be punting again.
Jimerson set to return for the Panthers. Freshman Kevin Massini does all the kicking for the Sagehens, and what a leg. No one's going to return that one, and a friendly Sagehen hop. Panthers will start their drive at their own 39. While not the territory they want to start in, Gardner, much better than their last drive.
I think they're happy with it. That fumbled snap really hurt Pomona, allowed the Chapman defense to play, like I was saying earlier, that aggressive, trying to attack the quarterback. Pomona's not really getting anything on offense. That first drive, they looked like they might have an opportunity. Second drive, not so much. Chapman's D got it together, started playing their brand of football.
Panthers coming back out, bringing their 3rd running back of the game in, Kean Stansel, and there's a quarterback change, bringing in senior Raymond Huizar. Steps back, handoff goes to Stansel, cuts up the middle, and gets across midfield. Quality run right there. 7-yard run. Again, Gardner, these Panther running backs, their trio, just not getting taken down.
No, and Kean Stansel, one of my favorite players to watch. He's played quarterback, he's played running back, fullback. He's an explosive player who can hurt you so many different ways.
And a little trickery here. Huizar off the flea flicker, goes deep. The pass is caught. Great play by Myers. And what a play right there, showing the trickery on homecoming for the fans. Gardner, break down that beautiful play for us.
How to break down that play. It's homecoming. It's homecoming. They want to make a statement. Here's Huizar. Handoff to Stancil. I said he could play quarterback. He throws it back. Stuns everyone at Ernie Chapman Stadium. 45 yards. Phenomenal play there.
Panthers gained 45 yards off the first quarter trickery. And Leahy's been brought back in the game. Handoff goes to Stancil, and he is just short of the goal line. Gardner, as you mentioned it earlier, Panthers last game had that big lead, unable to step on their opponent's throats. Doing that so far tonight, continuing to push, continuing to hold on to that momentum. Leahy set in the backfield. Handoff goes to Stancil, and he is knocked back a yard. Panthers have 3rd and goal from the 2 with 1:55 to go. Currently leading 6-0.
Homecoming game, always important. Some of the players said that one of the rules at the beginning of the season, you cannot lose homecoming. You knew they were going to come out excited. You knew they were going to come out motivated. We saw that with that trick play right there.
Coach Owen's not afraid to open up the playbook. And the pass goes into Blair Jimerson for the touchdown. Defender draped all over him, still able to complete the catch.
That was a phenomenal throw by Leahy. He fit that where no one thought he could. Here we see it again. Leahy. It looks like it might even be a hold, and Jimerson able to bring that in for the touchdown. Chapman is clicking right now. The fans loving it. Sold out crowd here at Ernie Chapman Stadium.
Second touchdown of the game for the Panthers as they line up for the PAT. Kick is up, and that one is converted. Make it a 13-0 lead for the Panthers and Gardner. The Panther offense cannot be humming any better than it is right now.
No, but this is what we kind of expected heading into this game. That offensive line to set up, giving Leahy the opportunity, giving Stancil and Huizar the opportunity to make that trick play.
And guys, we're going to take a quick break here before this kickoff on the Chapman Broadcast Network.
Ways you can follow your favorite Panther sports teams, all the latest information about Chapman athletics. Is that our
Welcome back to Ernie Chapman Stadium. I'm Ken Paisley. Alongside me, Gardner Royce here in the first quarter of this homecoming football game between your Chapman Panthers and the visiting Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens, and the kickoff is off. And that one is returned by the Sagehens. And a beautiful hit right there on the outside. Whew.
Talk about motivation. These Chapman players are ready to play. A phenomenal hit by Chapman special teams. You can tell they're fired up. They are ready.
There is no lack of energy so far, Gardner, especially with that trick play, resulting in that 45 yards. Looking forward to seeing that one again later on in the season. Taking a look at the last drive from the Panthers, Gardner. That's efficient, 5 plays.
96 yards, absolutely. A key of that was the 45-yard.
96 yards was the last drive. That was 72, I believe. But the first handoff is only for a yard. Panther defense responding with equal energy as the offense just did on the front, shutting down the run that the Sagehens were very successful with at the start of the game, Gardner.
Absolutely, and now you can start to see that Chapman defense penetrating. Like I said, they play so quick. They have to compensate for their lack of size, getting through that line and getting into the backfield.
Just under a minute left here in the first quarter. Sagehens with 3 wide receivers. Bressler takes the snap. He's on the read option. He takes it himself and gains 2 yards on the run, making it 3rd and 7 for the Sagehens. As we will have one more play here in the first quarter. Panthers leading 13-0.
That offensive line of Pomona allowing Chapman's defense to break through, break up that read play, stop him for a 2-yard gain.
Sagehens break the huddle. Panthers in their 3-4. Wrestling the shotgun, takes the snap. The pass goes to the outside, and the turf was open. Pass was intended for Harper on the outside. 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Sagehens will set up for the punt. See if Blair Jimerson will back up a little bit more after that last punt that went right over his head.
If the game keeps going how it is, Blair Jimerson will end up on one of our MVP lists in the fourth quarter with that terrific touchdown catch.
He should certainly be leading in all-purpose yards, Gardner. And the punt is off. Little line drive right at him, weird spin on it. He picks it up, he goes up the middle, dancing around, gets to the Pomona-Pitzer 44. Nice gain right there where I thought he might have just let it go and have them take it to the 50, but way to make 6 yards out of nothing. And that leads us to the end of the first quarter with your Panthers leading 13-0, and we'll take a quick break here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. And welcome back to Ernie Chapman Stadium here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. I'm Ken Paisley. Alongside me, Gardner Royce. Panthers set to start their drive at the 44. And Gardner, Panthers are absolutely winning the battle of the trenches.
Absolutely. They're making it easier for us because it makes us look like we know what we're doing, talking about that running game, that offensive line, setting up the play, action, that rollout.
Leahy in at quarterback, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to McKibbins, deep pass to a open Jimerson. Jimerson again with an athletic play. We love this guy, Gardner.
Unbelievable. I'm going to keep talking about it all night. The offensive line gives Leahy so much time back there. Here we go. You see Leahy make his reads, and then Jimerson, he is having himself a day.
Panthers, after that completion, are at the Sagehens 17-yard line. 27-yard completion. Leahy in the shotgun, hands off to McKibbins, who runs on the left side. Quality run right there by McKibbins again. Panthers are unafraid to continue to stay on their feet after contact from the Sagehens. They'll set up second and 5, for the Panthers. Leahy in the shotgun. And Leahy at the outside trying to pass it, but is knocked down and incompletion called a little late. Nice reaction right there by Spencer Jordan to just get down on the ball. Not sure if it was incomplete or not, so 3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and for one of the first times that we've seen all game, Pomona able to penetrate that offensive line, get to Leahy, force that bad throw.
Panthers in their no-huddle offense. Again, great defense by the Sagehens right there. Getting some pressure on Leahy really for the first time tonight, Gardner.
Smart play, though, by Jordan to fall on that, just in case if it was a fumble. It clearly was not.
Set and shotgun in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, throws out to the right side. Nice grab right there to the tight end, Anthony Izakune. And that moves the chains for the Panthers.
Similar situation, similar territory for the Panthers. Once again, knocking at Pomona's end zone. We'll see if they hand off to McKibbins to punch it in.
Leahy in the shotgun. He's got McKibbins to his right. Takes it. Run goes up the middle. McKibbins just short of the goal line. Again, Panthers front line creating so many holes for these running backs to run through. And Panthers taking advantage on the ground. That moves the ball to the inch mark for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and
Second and inches.
Don't be surprised if they hand it off again.
Leahy again with the handoff to McKibbins. He pushes up the middle, leading to another Panther touchdown. Make it 19-0 for Chapman. A penalty flag, 2 penalty flags actually. One in the backfield, one at the line of scrimmage.
Some extracurricular activities going on. We've seen some pushing and shoving all game.
Ref
We'll
looking
await the
at
call.
the Panther sideline. Coach Owens looking for direction on the play.
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the touchdown, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, 55 on the defense. That foul will be enforced on the kickoff.
Just what I thought. And we've seen that throughout the first quarter, some pushing and shoving on that offensive line for the Panthers by some of the Pomona defenders. Once again, homecoming, a lot of atmosphere, a lot of tensions are high, especially when you're up 19-0. But Jeremiah McKibbins picking up just where he left off. Another touchdown, that's 6 on the year for him.
A lot of frustration rising out of freshman Blake Gunn for the Sagehens. The extra point is up and is converted. Make it 20-0. Panther lead with 13:01 to go. Gardner, I don't think you could script this any better right now on homecoming. Offense is churning at a wonderful rate. The defense is shutting down the Sagehens. And the special teams are all over it.
Absolutely, Ken. We talked about this in our pregame. 3 years that they've been in the SCIAC Conference, they've won every single homecoming game, averaging 56 points per game. They're on pace for another great scoring performance.
And Gardner, these drives, they are quick and efficient.
Absolutely. As you can see, the drive summary for the previous play, for the previous drive, total yards 75, and they did that in 2 minutes.
Excuse me, 1 minute and 59 seconds. I think the players that appreciate every second.
Absolutely. The point being, they're getting it done on the field with some very big plays.
Panthers are taking advantage of the penalty, moving the ball up to the 50-yard line on this kickoff. And the kickoff is up and away. And he's trying to make that one off the goal post.
Some more extracurricular activities. We'll see if that's a theme throughout this game. It's always hard when you're down that big to keep playing, not let your emotions take over.
The freshman Alfonso not afraid to show off that leg, almost draining a 60-yard kick. Not a bad weapon for Coach Owens to have in the back of his pocket at the end of a game if he needs a long kick.
Now, we talked about this earlier. The Panthers have gotten themselves in similar positions where they get up big, and then it's been their inability to close out team that's just allowed the opponent to come back, keep it competitive. Obviously, the Panthers have been able to get those 2 victories the last few weeks, but we'll see whether they're able to keep their intensity.
And Bressler fakes the handoff on the option read, runs up the middle for a yard, making it 2nd and 9 at the 26. A no-huddle offense for the Sagehens as well. Looking back to head coach Roger Caron for guidance on what to do. Excuse me, now they get in the huddle briefly.
And if you'll look at when we have a chance, senior cornerback Sean Davies, we'll get back to him in a second.
And the snap, steps back, plenty of time. The throw goes to the ground as he is hit right there by 43 for the Panthers. Nick Mingione, the senior.
Bressler drilled on that one. As you can see here.
Let's take another look at this replay. Wide open look, nice little bear hug and take him down. Nice tackle.
Yeah, notice number 23 on the Chapman's defense. Senior cornerback, he's played his entire career since Pop Warner as a safety, and only last year switched to cornerback, and now he's there starting.
And the snap for Bressler, he drops back, throws it to the outside, and the pass is dropped by tight end Sean Mulcahy.
we go. We're seeing this is becoming a theme. Chapman's defense comes on, gets it done. Jimerson back to receive. We'll see what he can do with those lime green cleats.
Working on those all-purpose yards here, Gardner.
And just there at the replay, another unforced error. That's a pass you gotta catch. Pomona really making it hard for themselves.
And the punt is away. Jimerson making the catch at the 40. He's up the middle to the 50. Nice spin move. Breaking the outside, gets to the 45, and he's wrapped up and tackled. Great spin move for those extra 5 yards there, Gardner.
Absolutely. He is playing great. The entire Chapman team is playing great. You can tell they're fired up. All of them not afraid to say that this is a big game. They love playing in front of their fans. They've had, the last 2 games away. It's great to come home, get that support, especially in an environment like this.
And Gardner, talking about the environment like this, you got to imagine that's a factor in the unforced errors the Sagehens are showing us tonight. They knew there's a lot of pressure on them to play a perfect game in order to defeat these Panthers, but the crowd is a huge factor.
Absolutely, and for Chapman, 24 seniors on this team makes it a lot easier when you're in these high-pressure situations to know not to make those errors.
Leahy drops back, hands the ball off to Chappell, who runs to the left side. Again, continuing to stay on his feet, gaining those extra feet, gaining those extra inches. Panthers, a lot of pride on the offensive end, getting every inch that they can.
Absolutely. And like we talked about earlier, getting that run game going, it milks the clock. It allows you to control the tempo of the game. You dictate the offense, and then it also opens up those long pass plays that we've seen.
2nd and 7 for the Panthers in the I formation again. Going on the ground to Chappell. Chappell on the right side. Is hit, but the hit almost gets him to the first down.
6 yards. Jimerson coming back into the game. They've been playing Chapman football exactly what we expected. It's that heavy run first, roll out, look for big plays when the defense is pulled into a lull by that running attack.
Whalen with the tackle, but knocking the Panthers to the first down. Moving the chains. Leahy takes the snap. Takes the handoff to McKibbins. Looking deep. Nice lob throw and incomplete pass, but there is a flag. Got to imagine that's defensive pass interference.
Sean Myers is down on the sideline and he looks hurt.
Pass interference on the defense, number 22. 15-yard penalty, first down.
We hope he is okay, and we will update you with more on that. But as you can see, he is being held. Oh, he comes down awkwardly on his leg.
Tough injury for the Panthers to take. Myers has been a big part of their offense in the air attack. I'm sure Kelly will have more for us on this injury when we get an update.
Absolutely, but like we were talking about, you see them continue to run the ball, and then you get those long pass plays because you've established the run, and the defense has to respect that and play close.
After the injury timeout, the Panthers will take the ball at the Sagehens 20. Myers able to get up, block on his own power, always good to see. Hopefully that injury is not too serious.
Absolutely, and we'll bring you updates on that injury when we know more. But for now, the Chapman Panthers have to retake the field, and continue piling onto this lead.
1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Sagehens 20. Playing the shotgun with 4 wide receivers and McKibbins to his left. Panthers set. Like the handoff goes to McKibbins up the middle. He gets a 7-yard gain on the carry. Quality run up the middle, and Gardner, the wide receivers on the outside, as you mentioned, that deep attack is a big enough threat for the Sagehens to have to respect that, and it's creating plenty of running lanes up the middle.
Absolutely, and that just goes back to the ability for that offensive line to get the blocks, open holes for McKibbins, Stansel, Cody Chappell, whoever it may be.
And faking the handoff to McKibbins. Leahy takes himself, spins to the 1-yard line.
The one person I didn't mention was Leahy for that offensive line, and he's kept the ball a few times. He scored once earlier. Once again, he got extremely close.
Panthers once again in the red zone. 1 of 3 touchdowns last week, have not failed to score a touchdown this week, and they're not failing here. Handoff goes to McKibbins for the score, making it 26-0 Panther lead.
McKibbins picking up where he left off on that last drive. And coming into this game, the red zone score percentage for the Panthers was 92%. So when they get in within that red zone, they are good at punching it in. You saw exactly why there. Handoff to a running back, the offensive line gets separation, tack on another touchdown.
And the extra point is up, and that is converted. Make it 27-0 Panther lead. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Chapman Broadcast Network with your Panthers leading 27-0 with 10:09 to go.
Hey fans, smile, you're on TV. Tonight's game is televised live via the Chapman Broadcast Network. For full broadcast coverage of Panther football, visit chapmanathletics.com.
Welcome back to Ernie Chapman Stadium for this homecoming football game where the Panthers are currently up 27-0 over the Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens. I'm Ken Paisley, alongside me, Gardner Royce, as the Panthers are set for the kickoff. Freshman Lucas Alfonso with his 5th kickoff of the night. And boots that one. It is returnable though. And it caught and it touched 29 for the Sagehens, and it's going all the way back to the end zone. That's going to be a safety, unless the Panthers recovered.
Another unforced error by that Pomona.
Ball was knocked in the field of play, went into the end zone. By rule, that's still a kick.
If we could take a look at that replay again here, Gardner. We just saw the first one. See if it touched him around the 20. I thought that's where it might have hit him, but the refs saw otherwise. They do have a closer look than we do, so the Sagehens will take the ball at the 25.
Absolutely, so it's a touchback instead of what looked like a safety, and this game could not be going much better for Chapman on both offense and defense, other than the Sean Myers injury, which we will update you on.
And backup QB Luke Lowell is now in for the Sagehens. Quick handoff there. And we're going to have a quick discussion with our sideline reporter Kelly Moody about the Sean Myers injury. Kelly?
Yeah, it seems that Sean Myers took a little bit of a tumble there. We're not exactly sure what the injury is. We couldn't get any of the athletic trainers to comment on that or him to comment on that, but it did appear that they were stretching out his knee and they were having him run some laps just to check to make sure that he was good to go back into the game. But that's all we've got for right now. We're hopefully going to get a little bit more information, but back to you guys right now.
Number 54, Rodney.
Backup QB Luke Lowell completes his first pass of the game outside to Jack Pietrkowski. Nice little bootleg to the outside and complete on the out route, making it 3rd and 2 for the Sagehens.
Absolutely, one of the first quality pickups for that Pomona offense, who is searching for a way to make this game competitive. Being outplayed almost in every aspect by this Chapman team.
High formation here with 2 wide receivers on the outside. Lowell drops back, throws to a wide open Briere. He makes the catch, gets the first down, and moves the chains for the Sagehens, who have really been struggling to do that since their first drive, Gardner.
Absolutely, and it seems they found that one play that has worked. They did it again right after, got the first down.
27-0 Panther lead with 8:30 to go here in the second quarter. Coach Roger Karen mixing it up for the Sagehens, bringing in the backup quarterback. So far, it's paid the dividend of a first down. And he gets the drop off to the outside and is rocked, leading to an 11-yard gain for Briere. Nice run on the outside and great focus right there by Lau. Only the Panther was bearing down on him and getting the pitch off.
Absolutely. Pomona starting to find some rhythm here offensively on their drive. We'll see whether Chapman's defense is able to respond to that or not. Pomona's offensive line, that is isn't allowing that Chapman D to penetrate as they had been earlier.
Sagehens at midfield. Hikes the ball, and we have a timeout
Pomona.
called
That's
by
their first
Pomona.
timeout.
It's their first timeout of the half. Running dangerously close to the play clock there, Gardner, and a little momentum here for the Sagehens, but still, the scoreboard speaks a lot of volumes to the game tonight so far. And Gardner, we're going to take a look at some of the homecoming activities that have gone on so far tonight. And, you know, we got to start off with the exercise, the 5K run this morning.
Runners and walkers got up early this morning to take off from the starting line. Chapman prides itself in calling this race the flattest, fastest, finest, and funnest 3.1-mile course in the world. Every runner, from adults, kids, to even some pets, received a 5K medal following the race. And the winners, John Gardner and Dolores Castro, both got a free pair of shoes and bragging rights until next year. The energy and encouragement kept on going as participants danced their way past the finish. And after the race, a breakfast fit for champions was served to help wind down the morning and keep cool.
And set in the shotgun formation, the Sagehens. The handoff goes to Briere. Stiff arms two defenders, gets through to the Chapman 41-yard line. Little 9-yard gain right there. And Gardner, I know you mentioned bragging rights for a year, but I think I more agree with your initial assessment. Bragging rights for a week, because it's not the most popular event on campus.
We'll see. They get a great turnout at the Chapman 5K. Like I said, I took part in it 3 years. Not the fastest runner, but I enjoyed the breakfast afterwards.
Always great with alumni who come into town. Maybe not so great with the students considering the time the event starts. Shotgun formation for the Sagehens. Hands off to the right. Goes to Briere. And make that a 3-yard gain.
And the Pomona offense finding rhythm, finding consistency. They move the chains yet again. That Chapman defense just looks a little flustered. We won't get carried away. Chapman's still up 27-0. But for Pomona, finding some sense of motivation and success.
Pomona's second trip into Chapman territory here. Handoff goes to Briere again, and he is knocked down near the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2 yards. Good stand right there by the Panther front on that play, Gardner.
Absolutely, and one thing we'll see throughout the game, you talk about this defense is smaller, they're quick, they're aggressive. Generally, they're really good at tackling. Not the biggest guys, and so on that first contact, they got to bring them down. On this drive, however, we've seen Pomona get considerable yards after first contact.
And the shotgun takes the hike, fakes the handoff. Getting pressured by two Panthers, but he is very quick, able to get away from a couple, but still knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Didn't commit to running, thought about trying to pass it deep to Harper.
It initially looked like he was going to get out and possibly run for the first down, but great coverage by Chapman's secondary to really blanket all the receivers, not allow him to get anything on that drive.
Looking at Luke Lau's first 3rd and long here on this drive with 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Gardner, it's got to be a little intimidating for the Sagehens to be driving towards the people that are sitting on the field, staring them down.
Absolutely, that Chapman support coming out tonight in full force.
From the shotgun, takes the hike, nice fakes, throws to the outside, and the catch is completed by Harper. Beautiful play by Lau right there, really stepping up, coming in here in the middle of the second quarter.
Absolutely, Frediani makes it through, beats the line. As you see right here, the fake gets him off his feet, able to pick up that first down.
Beautiful throw to the outside, thrown high, only where Harper could grab it. Great play by Lau, and that puts the Sagehens at the Chapman 20. Their first trip to the red zone on the night with 4:45 to go here in the second quarter. Plenty of time to operate. 3 wideouts, high snap, fakes the sweep, goes up the middle for a gain of 2.
The Panthers, they are getting back to how they'd been playing through the first quarter and second up until this drive, able to stuff that for a short gain.
Panthers doing a strong job of shutting down runs up the middle these last few plays. Lau takes a snap. Bootleg to the left side, and that is taken down after a gain of 3. Sagehens will have 3rd and 5.
Once again, the Panthers face the 3rd down opportunity for that defense. Can they get a stop, hold them to a field goal, or maybe Pomona down big early, might elect to go for it on 4th down.
Absolutely, as they're getting in the huddle with 15 seconds on the play clock. Lau with Beer behind him in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Again, nice juke. We have a penalty flag on the play. He's running to the outside, and he's going to try and run it, and is met by a brick wall of Panthers. Penalty flag on the play. Result of the play would be 4th and 5. And it's a holding penalty, seeing if Coach Owens is going to accept it or not.
Holding on the offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Coach Owens elects to move them back. Gardner probably backs them out of field goal range. So,
well, but once again,
yard.
down 27-0. Possibly go for it on 4th down, try and get something going before they head into halftime down this big.
3:13 to go here in the second quarter. Panthers leading 27-0. Really the only blemish on the offensive end was their first touchdown. Their point after attempt was blocked. And Luke Lau has come in on this drive and has done some damage for the Sagehens. Fakes the handoff. He's looking deep. Again, escaping out of the pocket. Panthers putting great pressure. Going to the end zone. It's up in the air, and it's intercepted. Interception by Osai Kambari. Panthers will take it out of the end zone, and what a play by Ikambari right there, Gardner.
Absolutely. 3 defenders converged on that. It gets tipped, as you'll see right here, it gets tipped up. Ikambari with the great ability, extends himself, comes down. Interception for the Chapman defense. Keeps Pomona off the board and gets the ball right back to that Panther offense.
Gardner, as you mentioned just before the play happened, Sagehens were thinking they got to get something on the board. They got to make a play. Lau forcing the action right there, and Ikambari making a fantastic dive to complete that interception.
Absolutely. Throwing into some very, very good coverage by that Chapman defense. They struggled a bit on that drive, allowing Pomona to get stuff going, but everything wiped out with that great interception.
Referee's having a quick discussion here.
Ruling on the field was that there was an interception in the end zone. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Good to have clarifications.
Absolutely.
From the
and that
referees.
is the Panthers' 5th interception for the defense on the year.
Panthers take the snap. Handoff goes to the outside for Stancil. He breaks the 30. He gets past the 35. Nice run to open up the drive for the Panthers. Got to think they're going to be decently quick here with 2:40 to go in the quarter.
Absolutely. Stancil, just another one of the standout players for the Panthers. Another great run by him, but that offensive line setting him up.
Leahy in the backfield in a shotgun. Takes the hike. Hands off to Stancil again. Stancil on the outside, dancing around. He cuts back. Nice block by Leahy on the right side. He goes to 40. And he's going to get 45, but there's a penalty flag near the block.
We're going to see, I think they called that on quarterback Michael Leahy for a block. The fans do not like that. Hopefully we can get a replay on that.
Absolutely lit up on the block.
Awaiting the call.
Personal foul, number 4 on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Wow, you don't see that very often. Michael Leahy with the hit gets called for a personal foul. The fans here at Ernie Chapman Stadium do not like that call. Here we go.
Another look. There was no targeting of the head. Just a big hit. Really looks like a clean block from up here, but Gardner, we've seen the trend recently in the NCAA, really focusing on player safety. And even though that was a clean hit, it looked big, it looked scary. The refs do have a tendency to throw the flag when they see those kind of hits in the interest of player safety.
How often, though, do you ever see a quarterback get called for a personal foul on a play like that? Michael Leahy wanted to hit someone, probably doesn't get that much opportunity, and as you can see there, it's flagged for a personal
Isaac
foul.
Richard was blown up on the play right there by Leahy. Glad to see he's walking off the field on his own power.
Frustrating for the Panthers offense, whether they agree with it or not. They still have to take the penalty. Wipes out a great run by Stancil.
The Panthers now with a 1st and 25 with 2:10 to go. See how Coach Owens approaches this drive now if you try and bleed out the clock. But Leahy steps back to pass. Screen pass to Stancil. And he gets out near where they were on the last play.
And we talked about that offensive line. When they do those play action, those rollouts, it really tests that offensive line in their ability to roll with the quarterback, to pull and find their assignment so that you get Leahy's ability to run, make the throw on the pass, get it to Stancil, and those linemen are running too, making blocks downfield. An 11-yard pickup right there as well.
Panthers taking their time setting up this play. 40 seconds have passed between their last 2 plays. Leahy's in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Sets. 4 rushers. He runs up the middle. Takes the block. He's going to the outside, and he gets out of bounds at the 41. Panthers have 77 seconds left to try and get on the board here in the half.
8-yard pickup for Leahy. He's so good at making decisions on the run. That's one of the reasons he's had so much success as the Panthers quarterback. When he takes it, whether it's a play action or a rollout, he makes decisions on the run, which is hard for a quarterback to do. And as you see there, didn't find anyone downfield, able to pick up solid 8 yards on that play.
Make it 3rd and 6 for the Panthers at the 41. Leahy in the shotgun takes the snap. Looking left. Dumps it off, and staying on his feet, getting to the 45-yard line. That's to the senior running back, Dolberry. Make it 4th down. And the Panther offense staying on the field. Gardner, interesting decision here, maybe trying to get an offside here, but not a big fan of the decision just because you don't want to give any chance for momentum here for the Sagehens. Leahy sets, handoff, goes to Dolberry. Dolberry with plenty of room. The 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, just short of the touchdown. He's brought down at the 1-yard line. Dolberry with a great run for the Panthers on 4th and 1.
Are you a fan of that play now? Great play call by the Panthers. For the junior Nelson Cole on Pomona, that's a touchdown-saving tackle.
52-yard run leads to the Panthers' first time out of the half. They have 2 more left, so they'll have 2 or 3 running attempts. And Gardner, let's take a look at that run again. That was a great run right there. by the senior Trent Dolberry, breaking through plenty of blocks and just seeing wide open daylight.
Dolberry needed one, took 52. Look at that offensive line. Untouched. And he is sprinting. But once again, a touchdown-saving tackle right there. That's a great stat. 2 rushes for 69 yards.
Just under 35 yards a carry. I think head coach Bob Owens will be pretty happy with that effort from the senior here on homecoming night.
Absolutely. Just yet another running back having success behind that offensive line. There was a way for all of them to be on the keys of the game. They should be after this.
And again, Garner, as you mentioned, the unsung heroes for the offensive line, creating that huge gap from the breakthrough, and just that acceleration from Dolberry was just instant.
And
he was gone.
You see Dolberry in there. Maybe Owens feels like he should reward Dolberry with a touchdown.
Handoff goes up the middle, and Dolberry with the score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Dolberry made it happen on that play, bursting through on 4th down, virtually untouched. Just took him a couple extra plays to finally punch it in. Panthers are absolutely rolling, up 33-0 with the extra point coming. 20.9 seconds left in the first half.
Lining up for the extra point, Marcus Trujillo, the senior. Kick is up, and it is converted. Make it 34-0. Panther lead with 20.9 seconds to go in the game.
And if you remember, that was all set up by the incredible interception in the end zone by Eichenbari. It looked like Pomona was about to score, still down big. It looked like they had momentum. Eichenbari with the great interception. Then the Michael Leahy personal foul pushes Chapman back. And then Dolberry took over.
All I know, Gardner, is the halftime highlight reel is going to be quite the effort for you.
Absolutely.
Great play so far for the Panthers.
Kent, you talked about it earlier. Other than that blocked extra point, the Chapman offense is really doing anything they want, not really seeing much resistance from Pomona's defense. On the run, they're having the most success, obviously, but then they've had some very good pass plays as well.
Yeah, Marcus Trujillo's appearances are only for PATs right now. Coach Owens has got to love it, as Trujillo's their punter and field goal kicker, so they're only scoring touchdowns. Kickoff from the freshman Alfonso is up on the squib. Run goes to the outside, and he is brought down. Making 15.8 seconds left. Sagehens, they've got 2 timeouts, so they can't afford to throw the ball over the middle if they want to try and get into field goal range, try and get a couple points up. I do expect to see Lowell up as well for the Sagehens.
Frustrating for Pomona heading into this half. Little positives to take from this first half. We'll see what they do coming out, but still a few more plays to go before that can happen.
Lowell in the backfield for the Sagehens. Set to take the snap. A low snap, nice recovery there. Pass goes to the outside. Caught and timeout taken. Excuse me, that was an incomplete pass on the outside, so make it 11 seconds on the clock here for the Sagehens. Really only time for one more play to set up a field goal attempt here, Gardner.
They might just be trying to get off this field before Chapman scores any more points, get into halftime, take a new game plan, come out in the third quarter, try and forget those first 2 quarters, because not much going well for the Sagehens. This Chapman, both offense and defense, has completely overwhelmed Pomona.
Lowell in the backfield, hands off on the sweep play, which worked on their first drive, but not there. Tackled at the Pomona-Pitzer 32. And that's going to end the first half for the Panthers. Let's take a quick look at the summary of the first half of scoring. And Gardner, it was Panthers, and some more Panthers.
Absolutely. Chapman, like we said, doing everything they wanted to, offense and defense. The offense running all over Pomona. We talked about that pregame, that offensive line. allowed the Panthers to dictate that first half, allows them to hold on to the ball, milk the clock. Pretty quick first 2 quarters of play. Now up 34-0.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the 2014 halftime of homecoming for Chapman University. We have the band, and we'll also have the Spirit of Chapman Award winner announced, and much more.
Once again, thank you to the Chapman University Program Board for tonight's fireworks. Next up for your halftime entertainment, please welcome to Wilson Field, with a big round of applause, your 2014 Chapman University cheerleaders! How about a round of applause for your Chapman cheerleaders? Ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us as we announce the winners of this year's Spirit of Chapman Award. The Spirit of Chapman Award is given to two outstanding seniors that exemplify the excellence and values of Chapman University. These seniors were nominated by the student body based on their academic achievements, outstanding leadership, campus-wide involvement, and strong character that embodies the Chapman spirit. Our 6 nominees include Jenny Bowen, current SGA Vice President; Chris Im, current SGA President; Martinez, current Greek Leadership Coordinator; Jordan Olson, current UPB Chair; Sadie Reeves, current President of Epsilon Nu Chapter of Gamma Phi Beta; and Sam Summers, current President of Panhellenic Council. This year we are proud to present the award to 2 outstanding seniors that have been voted by our student body. Our first award goes to an individual who has been described by her peers as a student who plays an active role on campus and genuinely cares about Chapman. She has been involved as an orientation assistant, student organization assistant, and member of the Chancellor's Student Advisory Board. She is also a past senator on Student Government Association and current director of special events for Senior Legacy Committee. Please join us in congratulating Sam Summers for her accomplishments as we recognize her contributions to our university. Our second and final award goes to an individual who has also been described by her peers as a student who still finds time to make prospective, new, and current students feel welcomed and inspire further involvement to expand the Chapman spirit. She has been involved as an orientation assistant, Chapman ambassador, and Chapman cheerleader. She is also current admissions tour guide and fellow, parent programs assistant, and member of Senior Legacy Committee. Please join us in congratulating Sadie Reeves for her accomplishments as we recognize her contributions to our university. Fans, how about another round of applause for our Spirit of Chapman winners, Sam Summers and Sadie Reeves. And finally tonight, ladies and gentlemen, no homecoming is complete without this group. Let's hear a loud welcome for the Pride of Chapman Marching Band under the direction of Jacob Bogo. Fans, how about a round of applause for our Pride of Chapman Marching Band?
Let's look through the first half highlights. It's been a whole lot of Panthers here when they're leading 34-0.
Let's do it. So an incredible first half for the Panthers, obviously up 34-0. They really got everything they wanted offensively and defensively. Pomona never really able to take advantage of any of their things. And if we take a look at the highlights here, early on, Michael Leahy, virtually untouched, using his feet to get that initial score going on. Then later, we have Huizar to Stancil for the trick play, back to Huizar to set up the incredible bomb to wide receiver Sean Myers. Then Leahy again finding Jimerson, put that ball where only Jimerson could catch that. Jimerson had a terrific first half. Here, McKibbins punches it in for one of his 2 touchdowns, and then an incredible interception by Aikon Bari following that ball, setting up this 52-yard foot race for Dolberry. He burst through untouched. He got taken down. No matter, he punched it in the next time. The Chapman Panthers getting everything they wanted. 199 rushing yards in the first half. Here's Kelly Moody.
I'm here with Sam Summers and Sadie Reeves, who are winners of the Spirit of Chapman Award. Now, both of you have contributed so much to our campus. How do you feel right now being recognized by your peers?
It's an amazing feeling. I remember when I was a freshman, sophomore, and I guess junior, watching all of the amazing seniors win this award, and I was like, they've done so much for our campus. And I guess it's just like an unreal feeling, like, I don't believe it's like our time, and it's come to an end, and that we're being recognized for this, so.
And Sadie?
Definitely agree. I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm like extremely flattered to be honored this way by classmates and by peers is a really extremely humbling feeling, and I just love Chapman so much that it's awesome to be able to kind of represent it as this title. So.
Now, humble's definitely the word to describe both of you, but if you had to choose, what do you think is your proudest contribution to Chapman's campus?
I guess I definitely have to say being Panhellenic president. It's been such an amazing experience, so worthwhile, and it's coming to an end soon, so I'm just so excited to see like what happens next.
Okay, and Sadie?
I think for me, being a tour guide in the Office of Admission is probably my most favorite thing to do as like an on-campus job and representing Chapman. I wanted to be a tour guide since I was a freshman, well actually since I came on my campus tour. So it's really cool to be able to kind of pass my love on to prospective students and parents.
Well, thank you so much for everything that all of you have contributed, and we'll see all of you after the break.
Fans, are you ready for the second half? I don't know, I'm not convinced. Are you ready for the second half? Then get on your feet and make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back up to the broadcast booth. I'm Ken Paisley alongside Gardner Royce here for the second half of action of tonight's homecoming football game between the Chapman Panthers and the visiting Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens. Gardner, it's just been absolute destruction so far of the Sagehens. How do they prevent this from becoming a basketball score, as you mentioned in the pregame?
Well, hopefully the Pomona Sagehens went into that halftime, had some sort of speech to get them fired up, because I think these Chapman fans, while they would want to see, like you say, that basketball score, for football fans, it's okay if it becomes a little bit more competitive. And here is the kickoff.
And that is caught by Kelly, who runs it up the middle. No one has touched him. He, brought down at the 40. Flag back at the Chapman 33, though. But great return right there by the sophomore Devin Kelly for the Panthers. I thought he had a chance there, Gardner. His foot was caught.
93 on the return team. 10-yard foul from the spot of the foul. First down.
Unfortunately, all that for nothing. But to highlight some of the numbers that jumped out at us from the first half, if you look at total offensive yards, Chapman with 335, Pomona only 135. We talked about it pregame, how important the running game would be. 199 rush yards and 4 touchdowns for that Panther offense, relying heavily on their offensive line to create the holes, protect Leahy, get McKibben, Stansel, Leahy, Chappell, and Dolberry their looks and opportunities.
Panthers set to start their drive now at their own 23. Leahy in the shotgun. Hike handoff goes to Chappell, who runs up the middle. Panthers have done great at doing damage in the trenches, getting running lanes, and having their runners take advantage. And after that first down and the chains being moved, we'll take a quick look at scores around the SCIAC here. After this play with Leahy in the shotgun. Leahy sets. Gets Myers in motion, throws to the outside. Jimerson catches the screen pass and gets just across the 40-yard line. Now let's have a look at the scores around the SCIAC tonight. Occidental leading Whittier 16-17, and Claremont Mud Scripps currently beating Laverne 20-14. Leahy setting the shotgun here. Myers again in motion on the right side. Handoff goes to Chappell. He is caught in the backfield. He's going to be marked back for a 4-yard loss on that one.
Rare occurrence for those Pomona defenders to bust through that line, get to that running back, something that Chapman has been able to prevent for most of this game. Now, one thing to note for everyone watching, just great to see Sean Myers back on the field playing. He seems to have recovered from that early injury quite well.
Yeah, that scary fall he took after going after that pass where PI was called. Good to see him back on the field, as you mentioned, Carter. Leahy in the shotgun. Pass down the middle. Wide open to Jimerson, and he completes the catch.
Once again, you see that. Run, 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 pass. Run to set up the pass. Really great job by Leahy to see that opening, make that pass to Jimerson, who's really just having an incredible day for himself.
And the Panthers are doing most of their damage up the middle, Gardner. Their runs are going up their middle. Their deep passes have largely gone up the middle, and they've had a lot of success attacking the middle of the field. Leahy set at the line. Little jumbo package with 7 linemen. And the fake handoff, bootleg to the right side. Leahy's got time, and pass is dropped right there by tight end Ezekune. Definitely had an opportunity right there, Gardner, to make that catch.
He did. Wish we could see that replay, but it seemed like that could have been caught by Ezekune. One of those plays he probably wishes he had back.
That drop leads to 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the Pomona-Pitzer 44-yard line with 12:34 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers leading 34-0. Leahy again at the line of scrimmage with 7 linemen. This time goes the hands off to Stancil, who cuts back to the left side, breaks tackles, he's going left, 25, and he's staying on his feet, getting to, depends where the spot is, at the 16. What a run by Stancil right there, Gardner.
Stancil impressing every single person in Ernie Chapman Stadium. He is one of the most electrifying players on that team. Like we said earlier, whether he's throwing the ball, catching the ball, running with the ball, he can hurt you from multiple positions.
Panther runners are breaking out a lot of long runs after contact near the line of scrimmage, Gardner. Sagehens just struggling to wrap up tonight. Leahy takes the snap, handoff again to Stancil, who goes up the right side. And he's got the edge, cutting back into the 14-yard line.
Stancil really good at getting yards after the carry, but he is...
Bring that yard... Excuse me, he's down at the 9, but bring the run back after the holding penalty.
Yeah, nice run negated by the flag. But what I was saying is that he gets good yards after first contact, but he's also deceptively quick. So if he can get around like he did on that, he's off to the races.
It's just tough in general for a defense if a running back gains the edge on you. You're just going to give up so many yards. That continues to happen. And the Panthers reset now. 1st and 20 from the Sagehen 26. Leahy sent the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Handoff goes to Chappell, who's brought down at the 23.
Cody Chappell with the carry. Tackle made by number 56, Kyle Whalen.
Excuse me, the 17-yard line. 6-yard run.
The Panthers not deviating at all from what got them 34 first half points, and why would they?
2nd and 12 from the 18.
Leahy again send the shotgun. Panthers moving quickly on the offensive end. And drops the ball. Fumble right there. Unsure of who's recovered. We'll see who has the ball. Looks like a 3rd down signal from the officials. So Leahy, good job recovering after his own bobble. Take a look at the replay here. The snap was a little high. Handoff attempt, just poorly executed, trying to draw it back.
Yeah, but smart by Leahy to fall on that and get that. We talk about those unforced errors that the Panthers hope to avoid. That would have been one had they turned the ball over.
Athletic play with Leahy's legs right there to bring the ball back to under center. Leahy down the middle for Jefferson. Touchdown, Panthers.
Absolute phenomenal throw by Leahy. He just dropped that right over the defenders to Jimerson, his favorite target of the night. He floated that one right over. Leahy just looking phenomenal tonight. He's making throws.
And Jimerson is making catches, Gardner. 2nd touchdown of the night. And again, as we talked about earlier in this drive, Panthers are doing their damage up the middle of the field. Their secondary is struggling to cover the Panther wide receivers.
And he just lifted that right over the defensive back.
Nice touch right there. The point after attempt is good. Increasing the Panther lead to 41. Making it a 41-0 shutout for the Panthers with 10:34 to go here in the third quarter. The Gardner, again, you just got to love the Panther offense continuing to run so well.
Absolutely love it. There's nothing that they can do wrong right now. They're running the ball well. They're throwing the ball well. They're making good reads. They're making good cuts, good blocks. This is a great performance by that Panther team overall, but also their ability to continue keeping that intensity level up. That's what they talked about all week, making sure that once they got the teams on the ropes, just finish them off.
Opening drive of the second half results in points for the Panthers. Now set to kick off. And Gardner, again, the Panthers doing a great job of overcoming their own mistakes. That holding penalty set them back to 1st and 20, but it wasn't an issue for them, still being able to convert the touchdown. This kickoff is returned. Going to the outside, being brought down near the 16, make it the 17-yard line.
Well, absolutely, and you said it, Kent. Pomona, on the other hand, has made some mental errors. They've made unforced errors with the fumble, the drop passes, and they have let it negatively affect their play, whereas Chapman, when they've gotten a holding penalty, when they've had a drop pass, they just come back, next play, forget about it, move on. And obviously up 41-0, they're doing quite a lot right tonight.
Something must be going right.
And Pomona's entire team just looks completely overwhelmed. Both sides of the ball. See if they can get something going.
Lowell is in again. He was not the starter. He was brought in the second quarter. Got them to a big drive, but threw the interception in the end zone that resulted in the Panther touchdown at the end of the half. Start their drive at the 19.
Another great statistic coming out of the first half for the Chapman Panthers, averaging 7.96, almost 8 yards per carry. Great when you can pick up almost a first down every time you touch the ball.
Drops back to pass. Ball's tipped. Ooh. Nice play right there by the Panthers. That was Miles Ahis, I believe, the sophomore.
Almost gets that interception. And that Chapman team, like we talk about, they're small, they're quick, they're aggressive, and they always look to force turnovers, whether that's forcing fumbles, going for those interceptions like we saw Ikambari. That's what they pride themselves on, getting to the quarterback, getting big hits, and forcing turnovers.
Drops back to pass. Throws the outside, short. So make that a 4th down. Quick 3 and out here for the Sagehens after the Panther touchdown.
Senior Sean Davey with the coverage on that play. We talked about him earlier, switching from his safety position that he had played his entire life to now being one of their most reliable corners on that defense. He said he loves it because the risk involved when he's one-on-one with a wide receiver, it forces him to react. It allows him to take those risks to look for those interceptions. And he certainly did on that play.
Nice punt, bobbled, but quickly recovered right there. Kiambari right there with the return attempt that was muffed but recovered. So the Panthers will start at their own 45. And you gotta love the Panthers starting position on most of their drives, Gardner. There's only been one punt where they were pinned at their own 1. Still found a way to score on that drive.
96 yards on that drive, absolutely. Huizar is in for Leahy on this play.
Huizar sends shotgun. He's got McKibbins to his right. No, excuse me. That's Trenton, who had the 53-yard run. He takes it 5 yards. Dolberry with the run. 2nd and 4. Getting it across midfield on that run.
Tackle on the play, number 50, Paul Westcott. Gain of 6. Second down and 4 from the 49-yard line.
We got head coach Bob Owens here, still focused despite the 41-0 lead. And his players following with their intensity, staying focused across the board. And you can tell the intensity and the frustration after that drop right there for the Panthers.
He should be frustrated. That's a pass that he has to catch and continue on to get some valuable yards. That's one that he wishes he had back, absolutely.
Guttridge just missing the pass on that one. Pleasar in shotgun formation. Rolls out to his right, steps up, is able to dodge the sack, but thrown incomplete. This will be the Panthers' first punt of the evening. Pleasar showing good elusiveness right there. Gardner to not get taken down.
Absolutely, and we see some of their first team starters getting some rest. Curious to see whether Owens will keep that and keep the second string in.
Trujillo set to punt. Kick is up. And a fair catch signaled.
Rare sight to see the Panthers punting on that. We've become accustomed to them finding the end zone virtually on all of their previous possessions.
Yeah, first punt of the night there for the Panthers. Always a good sign when it's the third quarter when you're punting for the first time. Gardner, the Panthers looking good for the win tonight, so let's take a look around the league and see where the Panthers are compared to their SCIAC foes after this play. Lau with the ball, runs up the right side. Solid gain of about 7 yards on the run, so we'll take a look at that graphic now.
Handoff to number 17.
And the Panthers, not including tonight so far, they are in a large tie for first with Occidental, Cal Lutheran, and Redlands. And in a large tie for last, Claremont, Laverne, Whittier, and the Sagehens. All teams have played only one game, so expect some more variation in the rankings in the next few weeks as the season progresses. Lowell set in the backfield. Hands it off to the right side to Beriri.
An interesting graphic, that of the SCIAC standings. We talked about a little bit about this earlier. Since 2012, when Chapman joined the SCIAC, they have gone 12-3, and Division3Football.com named Chapman as their most likely team. They said that they would win the SCIAC this year. Chapman is 7-1 since last year in the SCIAC, with that one loss coming, of course, to Redlands, who won the SCIAC last year.
And you got to imagine a large part of that expectation is the quality of the 24 seniors the Panthers have on the roster this year.
Absolutely.
And Greg Johnson, my fellow high school graduate, lighting up in the backfield right there. He led the Panthers with 4.5 tackles in the first half and continuing to lead the defense here in the second half.
Well, speaking of senior leaders, Greg Johnson, one of the biggest, most vocal leaders on that team. But you have leaders on both sides of the ball, whether it's Leahy, whether it's Johnson, Davies, Jordan, just a lot of very good character guys who have bought into this program. That's what they keep telling me throughout the season. All of the guys have bought into this winning mentality. It's not about individual, it's about the team.
Cloud drops back to pass, throws over his man on the outside. Johnson has 6.5 tackles tonight for the Panthers.
For number 89, Sean Mulcahy falls incomplete.
And that incomplete pass results in a 3rd and 10 for the Sagehens at their own 22. 41-0 Panther lead, 6:54 to go here in tonight's homecoming contest. Again, Gardner, maybe the last drive wasn't perfect. But besides that, the Panthers have been executing wonderfully so far.
Absolutely, and if you're a fan of the Sagehens right now, a sad night for you indeed.
Lau in the backfield. Spins around, is able to throw it out the right side, and he is lit up.
Fridiani finding the quarterback at the end. We talked about that early, that aggressive defense. They always want to get to the ball carrier. They always want to hit the quarterback, get into the backfield, make them make a bad decision. Once they make that bad decision, create that turnover.
Ferdiani cooling off any hope of points for the Sagehens on that drive. They're now set to punt. The punt is away. It's a line drive, almost knuckleball. Lands just short of the 50. Friendly Sagehen roll, but still the Panthers in quality field position again as they take over at their own 43.
Absolutely. Another chance to see this Chapman offense that's really been doing everything they want all night. We'll see whether that continues. That last drive that resulted in a punt was really, like you say, the first result, an instance of them not being able to run the ball, being able to find receivers.
And the Panther offense back out in the field. Huizar taking the snaps.
Log on right now, chapmanradio.com/sports to hear Kent Paisley and Gardy Royce with the call.
Huizar takes a snap, throws the screen pass out to the right side. It is converted, and he gets just short of midfield. That pass was completed to McGrew, the junior running back. Nice screen pass out of the backfield.
Looks like some fans might be heading out, maybe trying to beat the traffic, 41-0. Seems like they think Pomona is not coming back.
Now, if they're a Sagehen fan, they might just be trying to find a bar here, Gardner. They are struggling right now. Handoff goes up the middle. Nice run right there by Kelly. 10-yard run for the Panthers and continuing to move the chains forward.
Well, and like we talked about earlier, with a lot of the starters out right now, they're making do. And this offensive line, though, still continuing to get blocked, still continuing to create that needed separation. And they move the chains once again. What other way? On the ground.
Huizar lines up. Stansel's in the backfield, and Stansel takes the handoff, goes up the middle, and making all sorts of moves to dodge all the tackles. Being very nimble on his feet there, Gardner, and the running backs of the Panthers, their true weapon.
Absolutely. We said it earlier, he can make you miss with his feet. Once you hit him, you got to wrap him up because he will get yards after tackles. He will break the tackles. Stansel picks up another first down, adding to his highlight reel.
And that run play up the middle goes for a couple yards for the Panthers.
And another thing we talked about pregame, Chapman's ability to run the ball really gives them the flexibility to do what they want because they control the clock. They have dictated this game from the beginning, and it's allowed them to really do whatever they want in terms of play calling, never really having to worry about it.
41-0 Panther lead with just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Huizar backs away with 10 seconds on the play clock. Panthers really haven't had any issues with getting plays off in time tonight with their no-huddle offense. Handoff goes to the senior. Dolberry with the carry. Just short of the first down line. A 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. This 3rd and 1 play here, we'll take a quick look at the remaining schedule for the Panthers. Their next game is versus Occidental. Then going to Cal Lutheran. The Panthers do get the first down on the run play. Then they host Laverne and finish the season at Redlands and at Whittier. Tough to end the season on the road with 2 schedules, but that's what champions do, Gardner. They earn it.
Absolutely. And the Panthers played their first 2 games of the season against non-SCIAC foes, and so they finished with 7 straight SCIAC games. Essentially what they've said is that they hope, and if they execute to the best of their abilities, they hope to win out.
Huizar with the handoff. Goes to Cobble up the middle. Cobble drives the pile forward for a gain of 5. Bringing it to the 6-yard line of the Sagehens. Gardner. Panther second unit's doing the same story as the Panther first unit.
Absolutely. That's a testament to the team, to the coaching staff. They're doing exactly what they want to, sticking to that same game plan, just pound the ball. They have that bruising rushing attack that we keep talking about.
And a little false start here. Good stunt by the Sagehens.
False start
showing a
on the
blitz
offense,
coming in
number
off
75.
the wide
5-yard
receivers,
penalty,
knowing they were going
second
to run
down.
with Stancil in the game. So nice recognition by the cornerback and outside linebacker to stunt in.
But
Moves the Panthers back.
Going off of that after the flag, expect to see Stancil receive the ball in the next one of these plays.
With the snap, handoff goes to Stancil. He goes up the right side and he drives forward. And you know, Gardner, I don't think he cared about that false start. He was going to get the first down anyways.
And you see this Panther offense runs at an exceptionally high pace. Talk to a lot of the players who say that it runs at such a high pace, it just means they have to be in such exceptionally good conditioning.
I had a bad judgment call right there on the first down attempt, but I do believe this is too many men on the field.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 men in position. Half the distance in the goal, first down.
There is a Sagehen trying to run off the field at the end of the play, and, well, when you're caught, you still try and dodge it. So that makes it a Panther first down off of that. So that will make it from the 1.5-yard line for the Panthers, first and goal.
But also going off of the conditioning thing, a lot of the players said the conditioning is huge in being able to finish games.
Weezar hands off to Dolberry, who runs up the middle, is able to get a foot across the line, but no touchdown signal yet. We have second down and inches. Still, good carry from Dolberry right there. We're so used to Panthers just scoring automatically from 4 or 5 yards outside of the end zone.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like they're bringing in Stancil. They know what he can do, and that is run the ball.
Two wide receivers to his left, Stancil to his left as well. Weezar sets, takes the shotgun snap, the handoff goes up the middle. That one is stuffed short as well. Good goal line stand so far by the Sagehens, putting the Panthers in 3rd and inches.
Absolutely, for Pomona, they really need to just find instances where they can receive some sort of motivation, where they can make a stance to fire themselves up, because they have been having a long night, down 41-0. You got to focus on something.
Tackle number 58, Nico Jaffe. Third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hand back to Stancil.
And the handoff goes to the left side for Stancil, and he is short again. 4th down. Great goal line stand by the Sagehens. Interesting to see if Coach Owens goes for it or not.
With the carry. Brought down inside the 1, 4th and goal.
Inspirational stop here for Pomona.
And the hike and the handoff goes to McKibbins, who breaks in for the score.
Touchdown.
You expected that to happen,
Or
didn't you?
Dolberry, excuse me. Still, you do expect that to happen, Garner. The Panthers would break through when they're 2nd and inches. Dolberry finishing the job for the Panthers.
Absolutely. Goal line stand by Pomona, but there, the Chapman offensive line proving too much. That's Dolberry's 2nd touchdown on the night.
Extra point is up, and it is converted, making it a 48-0 Panther lead with 23.7 seconds left to go in the quarter.
The fans here at Ernie Chapman Stadium starting to file out. I think they smell victory. I think they smell victory here. A sold-out stadium at Ernie Chapman Stadium. And looking across the field, some of the Sagehen fans also leaving as well. The Panthers up 48-0. It's been a similar storyline the entire game. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. It didn't matter who the running back was. Stancil, Dolberry, McKibbins, Leahy, Chappell. They've all gotten incredible stat lines, and after this final quarter, I'm sure all will be extremely happy heading into next week.
Alfonso with the kickoff. And Sagehens return it, breaking up the right side. And nice tackle right there. First man on special teams getting the hit. Mingione, the senior defensive end, getting the hit on special teams. Panther special team coverage has been great tonight.
Absolutely. And just providing a little bit more in terms of those rushing numbers. The Panthers have 3 rushers over 60 yards. Cody Chappell, 9 rushes for 62 yards. Stansel, 9 rushes for 85 yards. And Dolberry, 6 rushes for 68 yards. Absolute stunning in the backfield right now.
And Lau returns to the field for the Sagehens. He's in the shotgun. Rolls out to his right. Pitches out to the outside for Bereer. And he stays on his feet, getting the first down.
Uncharacteristic of the Panthers, failing to wrap up on that first tackle. We talked about that earlier. They're generally really quite good at, once they tackle, to take down the ball carrier.
And that wraps up the end of the third quarter with your Panthers leading 48-0. And Kelly, I hear you got a special interview down there.
I'm here with Mandy Ortiz, our cheer captain. Mandy, you have had a very long day. Tell me about all the events that you've been at this evening.
Well, it started this morning with the 5K. We cheered on the runners as they came through the finish line. That's always a lot of fun, a lot of energy. All of the community coming out to support Chapman. It's a really cool vibe. And then we had the chili cook-off and the student end zone party. We did performances at those. And again, just the homecoming vibe is like nothing else. And I think that's really carried on to the game tonight. We've got Pete the Panther out there pumping up the crowd. So it's been a really awesome game. And then our halftime routine, we've been working really hard. So it's a great feeling to hear the crowd cheer for us and get into it with us. So it's been a lot of fun.
So what is the energy like for homecoming in comparison to some of the other games that you've played at this year?
I think a lot of alumni come back and they're kind of reliving those Panther days. So everyone gets that extra motivation to really go out there and give it their all. I think I can say the same for the football team. Obviously the score is pretty high. So it's just a whole different vibe. The crowd is full and it's a lot of fun. My favorite game of the year by far.
Well, thank you so much for all you do. Your cheerleaders need you back over there. That's it for us down here. Back to you, Kenton Gardy.
Lau with the ball in shotgun. Hands it off to Bereer. Breaks out to the right side. Unable to wrap him up right away. Is able to break out to the 37-yard line.
Solid run for Pomona, not giving up. You got to admire that in a team down 48-0 heading into the fourth quarter, still fighting. They just have had a rough night. Nothing going well for them.
At the 37-yard line.
Making it 2nd and 2 at the 32. Lau and the shotgun. Sets. And he hands the ball off to Bereer, who dives backwards. And is just short of the first down, making it 3rd and inches for the Sagehens.
Great play by the Panther defense to penetrate that line, get into the backfield, make the play. Even though they didn't wrap him up on the first tackle, the other players swarmed to the ball. That's another thing they talked a lot about. If they don't wrap up on the first tackle, everyone else goes to the ball. They follow the ball.
And the Panther defense here trying to force a 3 and out to start this quarter. Handoff goes up the middle to Bereer, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Panthers bringing him down at the 32, leading to a 4th and 2. Coach Ron Carroll with a decision here, facing 4th down and 2 yards. Send out the punt team or try and continue to encourage his team to get after it despite the score being so lopsided.
And that Panther defense play, that defensive play led by senior Sean Davey, who we were talking about earlier. And tonight's attendance, 5,620, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Kent, breaks the record set last year at homecoming for 5,430. So a sold-out crowd here, absolutely incredible atmosphere.
Gotta love how the Panthers step up on homecoming. They usually average around 3,000 fans, nearly doubling it at homecoming. Always love the energy from a lot of fans.
Interesting point. Chapman leads the SCIAC in attendance with their 3,000 plus average.
Pomona takes a timeout with the play clock winding down, opting to use the timeout instead of taking a 5-yard penalty.
And an interesting thing tonight, Chapman can move their Division III record to over 500 for the first time since 2002. Now, they used to be a Division II school. In 1994, they switched to Division III, and tonight they have the ability to change their record, which now stands at 92, 92, and 1. They can push it over 500. Kind of a cool anecdote, cool fact. The beanbag toss and gigantic Jenga were the most competitive of the day, but there were other people where they just enjoyed some time with the family and friends. And the hour-and-a-half lunch took place on Memorial Lawn and was a nice break during the homecoming events to just take in the sunshine, act a little crazy, and take part in some family-friendly competition.
Yeah, they had a alumni senior tug-of-war event going on out there. I wonder who won that one. You gotta imagine the alumni probably have more muscle power than the seniors based on the attendance here tonight from the alumni. And there were 2,000 people registered for the activities today. Very impressive alumni showing.
Getting quite a good turnout for these homecoming festivities.
Panthers return to the field. Pizarro again at the quarterback position. He's in the shotgun. He takes it. He hands the ball off. Up the middle. Breaking through for the first down. Quality run by Cobble.
Starting to sound like a broken record, but oh my goodness, that offensive line, everyone keying in on their assignments, once again untouched as he moves the chains yet again.
A lot of pride in that offensive line, Gardner. Continue to just own the battle the entire night, regardless of the destruction in the scoreboard. Thrown to the outside, and he breaks through on the screen pass. Jukes to the inside, gets down to the 10-yard line. The junior McGrew with the great play. Nice dancing moves, cut back inside instead of just going outside, gaining 5 more yards from it.
Absolutely, and if we could see a replay, that play was all set up by the junior wide receiver Riley Guilbeau. If you see on the bottom of your screen, who has a terrific block to let that play happen, and then just great ball handling to get yards after that first contact.
Huizar the handoff to the freshman Crandall. Gains about a yard on the play, bringing it inside the 10-yard line. And Gardner, the Panthers have not failed to score a touchdown when they've gone into the red zone tonight. So we'll see if that trend will continue with the Panthers leading 48-0 with 11:35 to go in the game.
I talked to Stansel earlier this week, and he told me that one of the keys heading into this homecoming game was that they wanted to focus on the little things. You see, like with that little block that opens up the entire play. The little things are what are mattering right now.
And the handoff goes up the middle to Moody. And no relation to Kelly Moody, our sideline reporter. Freshman running back taking it up the middle. That sets up a 3rd and 8 for the Panthers from their 9-yard line.
Down by number 26, David Howard. At the 9-yard line, 3rd down.
Huizar in the backfield. He's got 3 wide receivers in the shotgun formation. He's set. Drops back to pass. Pass goes, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Officials ruled that the ball hit the ground.
Risky pass by Huizar. He got some intense pressure, but he shouldn't have made that throw. That one could have easily been picked off.
We're setting up for the field goal attempt here. The jailbreak blitz worked out for the Sagehens, forcing that quick throw from Huizar, who couldn't find anyone wide open despite all that pressure coming from up front.
That's a different kicker.
And the main kickoff guy, Alfonso, not the main field goal kicker. He is set to try and punch in this 26-yard field goal attempt. It's up, it's got the leg, it's got the line, it's good. Make it a 51-0 lead for the Panthers. 10:32 to go in this one. Chapman homecoming football, great success, Gardner.
Absolutely, and so Chapman once again having great success punching in. We're now going down live to our sideline reporter, Kelly. I hear you have another special guest.
I am here with everyone's favorite man, President Doty. President Doty, tell us, what do you think of this homecoming? How has this year been, and why is it so special for everyone to be here?
Well, I've been at Chapman 40 years. I've been president the last 24 years, and this is the biggest and best homecoming ever. We've had a great time. Great students, great parents, a lot of fun. Start off with a 5K this morning and a chili cook-off. We inaugurated our Holly's Trolley, and to have a game like this, was it 48-0, 51-0? The score's going up as we speak. It's terrific, and they have a record-setting crowd. Best family homecoming ever.
It's definitely been a great event. Now, I know you don't like to pick favorites, but if you had to pick a favorite event of all of homecoming weekend, what do you think it would be?
I have to say I really love our football game and the fireworks and the halftime, and a close second has to be our 5K. We have the flattest, fastest, funnest, and finest 5K in the world. We had more than 2,000 people running this morning, and we all had a great time.
Fantastic. Now, I've got to ask, all of the students received that email last semester that this was kind of coming down to your last few years here at Chapman, that Daniele Strupper would be your successor. Do you think this will be your last year at homecoming as president?
No, because when we have a great successor. Gives me great peace of mind that when I am ready to call it quits, we're going to have a great successor at Chapman with Daniele. He's going to be terrific. But when I do leave, I may have to give at least a year warning because we have to find Daniele's replacement as chancellor. So I'll be in the saddle for a few more years. Yeah.
Well, we know that President Doty is going to be with us for a few more years. That's all we got from down here, so back to you guys.
Take care.
Thanks, Kelly. Always great hearing from President Doty. He's always so involved in the Chapman community, does a great job of leading this university. Lau, not doing such a great job of leading his team right now. Goes out to the outside with the handoff. The run sets up a 3rd and 1 for the Sagehens and a late flag.
Flags flying. May have been a late hit.
Pietrkowski right there with the effort on the play.
After the play, personal foul, necessary roughness. Number 72 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It'll be 3rd down.
Now, Kent, we keep talking over and over, mental errors. The little things that Pomona is not doing well. They're making bad decisions. You're already down 51-0, and then you get another unforced error.
Senior center right there showing his frustration. Horseman trying to galvanize the team a little bit. We just saw a quick clip of Coach Bob Owens about to make that record 43-31 over his career. And he's been very successful with Chapman ever since they entered the SCIAC, Gardner, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Sagehens set. 4 wide receivers looking left. The pass is almost tipped off.
An interesting comment some of the players made about their SCIAC record. They feel that if they are able to win out this year in SCIAC, you have 24 seniors graduating, but they think for prospective high school students looking to play football, why wouldn't you come and play at Chapman, who has now established their Chapman football team as a program? That's what they talked a lot about, buying into the program, the idea that there's one goal to bring a championship, bring a league championship first to Chapman University, and then the recruits will come.
And so far this season, they're putting up a great effort, staying undefeated in SCIAC play. Initially waving off, picking the ball up, then deciding to, gaining a couple of yards for it. Panthers will start the drive at their own 47.
Going off of that, I think they saw last year with that 8-1 record, really competitive in the SCIAC. Obviously, just that one loss coming to Redlands. Then coming into this season with such high expectations, 24 seniors. Huge game against Linfield week 1. Obviously, they lost that, but an incredibly competitive game nonetheless.
New quarterback in for the Panthers, Andrew Chavez. Junior hands off to the right side. And that was Cobble with a 6-yard carry. 7-yard carry, excuse me. That should be 2nd and 3. Crossing midfield right there into Pomona-Pitzer territory. Make it 2nd and 4. 9:15 to go in the game. Panthers leading 51-0. Chavez with twin tailbacks. And the shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers. Hands the ball off. Ball goes up the middle. Another quality run for the Panthers. Again, continuing to attack the middle. Crandall joined the fun from freshman.
If you watch that play closely, just look at all the blockers making their assignments, not allowing Pomona to even get close to the running back. Just phenomenal job by this offensive line to really put their skill position players in positions to do things.
Takes a strong offensive line to allow so much success for so many running backs on this team. Chavez takes a snap, handoff again, going up the middle. Panthers are going to go to the well until the well is dry. That moves the chains.
And I talked earlier this week to Chris Colladell, senior guard on the team, and he talked about how they have a really tight unit on that offensive line, and they're not concerned with getting the glory. They're not concerned with, people talking about them. Colladell said that their job is to just put their skill position players in positions to do good things for the team, score touchdowns, pick up first downs.
Moody took the run of the last play. Great second effort right there to stay on his feet. He was almost knocked down at the 24-yard line. Gains another 5 yards on the run. Cobble showing some great strength on that run.
Absolutely. One thing, Ken, you and I talked about earlier on is the Panthers' commitment to making sure they finish their games, keeping that intensity up, keeping that motivation, that determination, something they have absolutely done tonight, regardless of who's snapping the ball, who's running with it. This is their third quarterback.
Chavez hands the ball off. Run goes up the middle. And a result we've seen quite a lot tonight, Gardner. Chapman, first down.
You got to think all those seniors now standing on the sideline watching have to be happy. They've sacrificed so much for 4 years, and then to see a program like this, some of these younger guys having success, able to continue moving the chain, get the first down.
Chavez, handoff up the middle. And another Panther first down.
Joe Moody with the carry, brought down by Cameron Tyus inside the 5-yard line. First down.
Moody with the run there. And let's take a quick look at the past homecoming results for the Panthers. Doing a great job tonight in securing the victory at home. Last year, as you mentioned in the pregame, a 72-point effort for the Panthers. Absolute domination here again tonight, winning their last 3 years. Handoff, cutting back up the right side. Touchdown, Panthers. Cobble with the run. Great cutback, initially run up the middle, recognizing, hey, we've kind of run up the middle 6 straight times. Let's go to the right. Touchdown.
Snap the ball, hand off to your running back. Let it take care of itself. That's what the Panthers have done all night. That's what they're going to continue to do for the 6 minutes and 40 seconds. And Ken, I think that's what they're going to continue to do the rest of this season. It's working. It's worked the past 3 games. And tonight, looking to tack on the extra point and go up 58-0.
The kick is up, and it's converted. You got to feel this is such a confidence builder for the Panthers. They're projected to win the conference. There's a lot of expectations, and they follow up with it with this huge performance tonight, going up 58-0 with 6:40 to go in the game. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Chapman Broadcast Network with a 58-0 lead, Panther lead.
Visiting parents will be allowed to meet up with their players at the southwest gate in front of the Hutton Center Gymnasium. The NCAA does require
Welcome back here to Wilson Field on the Chapman Broadcast Network. I'm Ken Paisley. Alongside me, Gardner Royce for this homecoming victory to be for the Panthers. 6:48 to go, 58-0 lead. Stands are slowly starting to empty as people are heading home, and the kickoff by Alfonso rolls into the end zone. So the Sagehens will start at their own 25.
Kent, you said it. This really has been an incredible homecoming for this Chapman offense. Just to give you some quick statistics, 48 rushing attempts for the Panthers. 48. That's an incredible number. 7.3 yards per carry for 350 yards on the ground. It's my key to this game in our pregame show. Kent, you and I talked a lot about that leading up to the game, and they have absolutely delivered on that.
Yeah, Gardner, their yards are turning into points, unlike with last week's game. Really doing a great job of getting in the red zone. They've only kicked one field goal. Otherwise, it's been all touchdowns. The pass attempt is almost picked off. Great hustle right there by Guttridge.
So coming into this game, the Panthers' red zone percentage, like I said, once they're in, they score 92% of the time. And of that, they score touchdowns 75% of the time. So once they get into that red zone, they are very good at punching the ball through the goal line. Especially, they've been doing that very, very well tonight. As you said, one field goal coming.
And Bressler, the starting quarterback for the Sagehens, has been brought back into the game. Send the I formation with a couple wide receivers to his left. Penalty flag on the play.
Encroachment on the defense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, second down.
And going off of something you said earlier, Ken, about the confidence, even following their victory, 33-23 at Claremont, of course you're happy a win's a win, and that's what the players said. However, like we talked about earlier, they were up 30-9 and really looked like they were going to run away with the game. They made some defensive adjustments, got a little bit lackadaisical at the end. 2 late scores allowed Claremont to come back in.
And the handoff brought down in the backfield and pumped up, number 76, Brandon Retuta. Great
Big
tackle.
fella making some noise in the backfield.
Making it 3rd and 8. For the Sagehens. 6 minutes to go here in the game. Panthers leading 58-0. And what a quality dance after that tackle right there, Gardner. He's pumped up. Gotta love the Panthers, maintain their intensity. And a great deflection right there by Guttridge. We got some dirty laundry in the backfield, though. See what this penalty is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 76 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Looks like Retuta was still a little jazzed up from that last play. Roughing the passer leads to the personal foul, giving the Sagehens the first downs after the tipped pass by Guttridge.
See, but those are those penalties that we were talking about. You can't afford. When you're up 58-0, you can. But if you're, not a starting player, you want to make the most out of every down you get, you can't be getting a 15-yard penalty like that.
No, the freshman was a little too excited on that one. Left side, takes the handoff and wrapped up in the backfield. Ends up fighting back to the line of scrimmage, but still the Panther reserve front still doing damage. Making it 2nd and 10 from the 42 for the Sagehens.
Number 29 on
You said it.
Pomona-Pitzer has to
Great
sit out one
job
play.
by
His helmet came off during the play.
Great job by the second unit, both on offense and on defense for the Panthers to really come in, not miss a beat. They're taking off right where the first team left.
Bressler takes the snap, rolls out to the left. Penalty flag on the play, deep pass. He's open, and he's brought down at the 30. Nice catch right there by the tight end, Mulcahy.
Holding, number 72 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
But rough for the Sagehens, gonna have to bring that one on back, Gardner.
There you go, we keep saying it. Unforced errors. A lot more than that is the reason that Chapman's up 58-0, but Pomona's certainly not doing anything to help.
5:09 to go in the game, 58-0. It is 2nd and 20 for the Sagehens. Currently at their own 32.
Yeah, despite the fact that a lot of people may have left Chapman Stadium.
The deep pass, he's open, catch made. Nice grab right there by Pichkowski. And a beautiful throw by Bressler down the middle.
Beautiful throw, but the secondary, the coverage was not there. You see he absolutely uncorks this one. No one really in any position to make a play on that ball for the Chapman secondary. That's one that I'm sure when they look at in film, they'll wish they had back as well.
Blanchard with a good open field tackle, though, after the missed coverage. Bressler behind center, takes the snap, goes off to the right, able to pitch it off to Breer. He's at the 20 and is brought down. Nice hit right there by the sophomore Kelly.
Brought down by Devin Kelly.
We've had a Kelly and a Moody make an appearance. It's like our sideline reporters playing football. Nice tackle right there by Kelly. It does result in a first down for the Sagehens, though. 4:05 to go in the contest.
You have to imagine, though, that this team wants to preserve the shutout, especially in front of all the homecoming fans. So this second unit, I'm sure, feels the pressure of the first team watching from the sideline, wanting to keep Pomona out of the end zone and off the scoreboard.
Bressler again under center. Steps back, rolls out to the right side. Gets Breer on the screen pass and catches and then immediately steps out of bounds. Makes it a 3-yard gain.
Once again, I think you can respect Pomona for not giving up. They're still trying. This is all about pride now, all about, not giving up, making sure they're fighting until that final whistle blows. And for the Panthers, once again, you just have to imagine they just want to preserve this victory, get out of here without anyone getting injured, and they can celebrate homecoming with their friends and family as well.
It is Parents Weekend. You have to imagine most of the parents on this team are visiting. Dressler in shotgun. Bressler rolls out to the left side and pass swatted down right there.
Channeling his inner JJ Swat of the Houston Texans. I think JJ's a little bit bigger.
Lambert delivering the law Texas style, knocking down that pass. It's 3rd and 8. 3:05 to go.
Once again, that Panthers defense, quick, aggressive, bursting through the backfield, trying to put themselves in a position to force a turnover, force a bad play.
Again, Panther pride in the line here. They're pitching a shutout. There was a trip to the red zone for the Sagehens early in the game, but it got derailed by a penalty. Bressler steps back, the pass goes, and it's intercepted! Going up the right side, what a play right there.
Phenomenal coverage. And we talked about that, preserving the shutout, the pressure that they're feeling from those first team guys watching. Once again, you said it, in the red zone. Chapman comes up huge, great pick.
Gotta love when the broadcast booth clearly influences the result on the field. Regardless, great play by Guttridge right there, ripping it out of the air. He looked open and Guttridge just reminded everyone that, no, I got this. This is my house. Panthers take over possession from their own 12-yard line with 2:55 to go here in the 4th.
Panthers making us look extremely smart. We were just talking about this Panther defense forcing turnovers, being quick, being aggressive. They get their second interception of the night.
And we have a new quarterback again for the Panthers, Zimmerman, the sophomore, stepping in.
Hand off to number 31, Blake Crandall.
Crandall with the run up the middle right there.
Brought down by number 35, Roy
Gardner,
Taylor.
I'm not sure. Have the Panthers run the ball up the middle today?
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line.
They
Second down.
certainly have, Kent. They've run the ball, and they do it again. Just like you said, straight up the middle. He was going right, and then he said, wait, let's take it back to the middle. Worked again. Move the chains.
That's good enough
Moody
for a Panther
moving the
first
chains
down.
right there. Clock running as the Panthers opt to stay on the ground. 2:10 to go in the game.
Padding the stat sheet now for this Panther offense.
In the shotgun, the handoff goes to 31, Crandall. Crandall stuffed near the line of scrimmage, though.
Crandall with the carry. Nick Urban on the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Second down and 10 for the Panthers here as the clock continues to wind down. Zimmerman sets, hands the ball off, going to the right side for Moody. We have a Moody Crandall rotation going on for the Panthers. Third down and 3.
Closing in on 1 minute. This Chapman homecoming night will be one for the books as they elect to just run this ball.
Gets stuffed in the backfield there, so there will be at least a punt for the Panthers. Punting it off with around 20 seconds to go.
One thing throughout the game, Chapman and Pomona both getting penalized a fair amount. 7 penalties for both teams. Pomona suffering more, 7 penalties for 77 yards. The Panthers 7 penalties for 61 yards, but it certainly seemed that Pomona's penalties came at much worse times for the team. Penalties, fumbles, dropped catches. Pomona certainly did not put themselves in a favorable positions this game.
Trujillo with the punt and the fair catch for the Sagehens. 16.6 seconds left in the contest. Well, Gardner, 16.6 seconds to go. I really wish the Chapman Chili Cook-Off was about to happen. It's getting a little cooler right now. My stomach's starting to growl. I'm sure the Chapman football players are even hungrier as they show with their performance tonight.
Absolutely. Hunger is something they also talk about a lot. The hunger that
Ball on the ground, fumble, and the Panthers take possession. Just adding the cherry onto the sundae right there. Great effort across the board. Got to imagine a QB kneel, but you have to love the intensity, the hunger the Panthers have shown all 60 minutes of this game.
Absolutely unbelievable. We talked earlier about whether or not they would be able to close out the game if they had a lead, keep the intensity, and quite literally till the final second they are. I'm just wondering if they're going to run the ball this final play.
Frediani with the fumble recover there. Great focus to dive over the top of the Sagehen to recover it. And Gardner, you got to enjoy the victory formation when you can do it.
That is true.
And that's what the Panthers line up in. Snap being taken by, not by Lambert. That's by Craddock, the freshman defensive back. And the Panthers take the victory. 58-0 rout of the Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens. They improved to 3-1 on the season. They have a 3-game win streak going, and they're 2-0 in SCIAC play. building upon that tied lead that they have. We'll have to see how the rest of the SCIAC did tonight, Gardner, to see where they stand in comparison to the rest of the league. But what are you taking away from this dominant performance, Gardner?
I'm taking away exactly what you and I talked about coming into the game. If the Panthers ran the ball successfully, if they protected Leahy, and if they kept their errors to a minimum, I thought there was no reason that they shouldn't come away with an extremely impressive victory, which is exactly what they did. I never envisioned it would be 58-0, but we talked about them averaging 56 points over the last 3 years. They stuck around that same percentage, that same average tonight.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. When we come back, myself and Gardner will break down the action on the postgame show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ernie Chapman Stadium after tonight's 58-0 obliteration of the Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens. Gardner, I know we mentioned in Chili Cook-Off briefly, but let's take a more in-depth look at what happened today.
Students, family, and alumni make the Chili Cook-Off one of the weekend's most attended events. Chapman's band and the new group, the Dapper Doties, entertain the audience before the main event, the chili tasting. Chapman and off-campus group put forth their best recipe for all to taste and judge, and ultimately everyone had one thing in common, their love for a good bowl of chili.
So Gardner, after this game, I know we talked briefly about what we want to take away, but Occidental next week for the Panthers here. Gotta love their ground game that they built off. Jeremiah McKibbins looking much healthier. Offensive line continuing to dominate. What else could you really expect from tonight's game for the Panthers?
You said everything I was going to say except the defense. I thought we talked a lot about the offensive line, a lot about the running game, and Michael Leahy's ability to make decisions on the run. He made some great throws to Jimerson, had an incredible game. But for me, coming off of that, their defense forcing 2 interceptions, fumble with 10 seconds to go. They played all 4 quarters, incredible, kept the intensity up, 58-0. They pitched a perfect game.
So now we're going to take a quick look at some of the key highlights from tonight's 58-0 contest.
Leahy getting in quickly, and then Huizar to Stansel, back to Huizar for the play of the night, the trick bomb to Sean Myers. What an incredible play. That one's going to be featured. Leahy finding Jimerson. Tiny window for that touchdown. He found Jimerson multiple times again. Here's McKibbins for one of his 2 touchdowns. And then Aikun Bare with the incredibly athletic interception to prevent them from scoring. And then Dolberry, 53 yards. He got taken down, but on the next play, he would punch it in right at the end. Here you go, Dolberry punching it in. He would finish with 2 touchdowns as well. And then here's Leahy once again finding Jimerson. Perfect throw. Dolberry for his second of the night. This highlight could go on forever. Here you go. Another one, bouncing it to the outside for the score. They scored often.
Let's take a look at some of tonight's key stats from the game. Again, coming out with that 58-0 victory, 219 passing yards, and Gardner, as you emphasized earlier, 385 rushing yards.
Absolutely incredible. And I think we talked about it throughout the entire production. That offensive line set the Panthers up for greatness. They set them up to have that ability on the rushing game. Leahy, Stansel, Dolberry, McKibbins, the list goes on. Incredible performance.
They had quite the rotation of running backs, Gardner. Gardner, it's been a great homecoming game. Our second Chapman Broadcast Network production. Thanks to Chapman Athletics Director David Curry, Sports Information Director Doug Aiken, Sports Information Assistant Raquel Renaro. We'd also like to thank the Director of Broadcast Journalism at Dodge College, Pete Weitzner, and our television engineer, Dave Goodhart. This has been a Channel 6 production of Panther Football on the Chapman Broadcast Network. For Gardner Royce, Kelly Movie, and our entire team, I'm Kent Paisley. Once again, the final from Wilson Field. Chapman 58, Pomona-Pitzer 0. On homecoming night, have a great night, everybody.